Hello and welcome to Around the World in 274 Days. And we are on the big island of Hawaii, and we are in Hilo. And it's overcast and it's raining, so you know, there's not much difference, I guess. We're always in overcast and raining, but we're going to go rent a car. We're going to do some exploring. I think we're going to get up into the volcano and see some waterfalls, so come along. I think of volcanoes, I think of lava and fire coming on the ground and shooting up in the air, but that's not what we're going to see today. So here we are at the Kilauea Visitor Center and the volcano, and it's starting to clear up amazingly. The first thing we saw was steam vents. This is made by water from above ground going down and hitting the superheated rock below. From the visitor center, we took the Chain of Craters Road. Then we passed numerous inactive craters, and I'm not going to try and pronounce them because it'd probably make your ears hurt. But these are craters that some of them have been active over the last few decades, and as we got along, you can see this miles and miles of lava flow, where these flows of lava thousands of years ago, or even more recently, as in the last decade or two, the lava has flowed from the volcanoes and down into the sea. And in fact, there's a portion where the road was covered by that. I think it was in the early 2000s. The Chain of the Craters Road eventually took us to the Hawaiian Sea Arch, which is down here by the sea, and it's where the sea has eroded the volcanic rock and created this beautiful arch. And the ocean and the wind continues to erode this arch, and it will eventually collapse. But for right now, it's beautiful, and it's fun to watch the ocean go in and out of it. We are hiking to see some petroglyphs, if you can hear me. The wind is just howling, and but it's keeping us from getting hot. But this is like walking on the moon, except for there's some greenery here. The trail is marked by these huge cairns. They're beautiful. Listen to the sound of these seeds. When they're all over the place, they sound like little rattlesnakes. The Pu'uloa petroglyphs comprise 23,000 images, and this one here is a genealogy chart. Each one of those little holes is where they put the umbilical cord, or part of it, of a baby that was born, and then the lines that go around it connect the different families. And so the families are very important to their culture. Another interpretation is that each one of these holes represents a child. A dot with a circle is a hole for the firstborn. A dot with two circles is the firstborn of a ruling chief. There's also an interpretation that the dot represents a person, and then the number of rings around it indicates how many people were in the party that came to the island and went around the island. No one really knows exactly what they all mean except for the person that wrote them, but they're fascinating to look at. This particular one here is coming up right here. That's a canoe with a sail. You can see both ends of the canoe, and then the sail is the triangle. So we are at the Kilauea volcano. I think this is the big one. We'll find out. We're going to come up here and see. The Kilauea volcano, and there's a long Hawaiian name here, but it basically stands for land where the goddesses dwell. And the ancient Hawaiian culture had gods, goddesses, and demigods. And the volcanoes played a very important part in their culture and their religion. At the beginning of the video, I kind of explained what I envisioned volcanoes to be: lava and fire coming up from the ground, and big fountains and spurting volcanoes shooting out of the cones. But that's not this type of volcano. This flows out in rivers of magma when it's erupting. Today it's very calm. You can see bits of smoke where some steam and ash is coming up. But it's relatively quiet right now, which has not always been the case. Here are some pictures I took a couple of years ago. You can see a lot more steam coming up, and you can see bits of the lava. But this is what I'd like to see someday, is the magma just really flowing out. Our last stop of the day was we went to further down the road to Punaluu Beach. It's a black sand beach. And as you can see here, it's absolutely gorgeous. The blue sky, the black sand. Well, this is actually just lava rock, but there's some black sand down here. But we found a surprise. We came down here, and you can't quite make them out in this picture, but you're going to see the sign here in a minute that's going to tell you you can't go any further, because there are Hawaiian sea turtles. They're here resting and nesting, which we did not expect to see, but it was a great sight. I think I counted 8 turtles sitting there, and they're fascinating to watch. This one here, they're starting to dig down into the sand and dig a hole to lay their eggs. This next picture is a great view of female digging a hole to bury her eggs in, and then they hatch and they make their little way down to the ocean and swim away. Here we've got a sea turtle making its way out of the ocean. Notice how she uses this rising sea to help her get up the beach a little bit quicker. And it's fascinating to watch these wonderful creatures. So if you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, Around the World in 274 Days. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. And our next one will be on the island of Oahu as we go through the Polynesian Cultural Center. Thanks for watching.